Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 38 of Two Amazon Sellers and a Microphone. I'm Dustin Kane, and with me, as always, is Chris Gramlich. How's it going, Chris?
Doing good. How you been, man?
I'm good. Kind of a rainy day here in Kansas City, but
Yeah.
that's all right. That's all right. Even in the rain, we can still improve our Amazon businesses. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We've got 5 tactics to be a better seller on Amazon. So a lot of these are really good tactics. Some of these I'll be implementing as well as we go. But yeah, it's always nice to look at different ways that you can be better. And even little incremental ways that you can be better can make a big difference in your overall business. So let's jump in. Let's start with tactic number 1. That's product targeting in your pay-per-click ads. I think, if people that are really well-versed in PPC understand this. They do this all the time. But anybody who's just kind of, just setting up an automatic targeting campaign or et cetera, may not even know that this is happening and that they can make this better for their ads.
Yeah, especially if you have a better product that has better reviews and a better price and maybe a better image. You can definitely target your competitors and steal some sales away. So product targeting is great. It's probably not used. I mean, it's used by sellers, but it's probably not used to its fullest. And if you have a product that is like a subscribe and save offer or a repeat purchase, this is a way to gain more market share and gain more customers. So targeting products that you have a better offer, more reviews, better price, probably better images, can help you get some more customers. So this is something that Sellozo automates. We automate this as well inside your ads. You can automate your product targeting ads. But this is where you want to go to a search result, find the ASINs you want to target, put them in a campaign, and start targeting those.
Yeah, and to let everyone know where these ads show up on Amazon is they actually show up on a product listing. So the keyword is the ASIN. So if you found one of your competitors that you have a better price, better pictures, etc., you put their ASIN in your ad campaign, then your ad will show on their listing just below the bullet points. It'll say sponsored products related to this item. And so they'll see a whole bunch of items there. So there's a win-win with this kind of advertising. Number one, you're leveraging the traffic to your competitors' listings. So you don't have to pay for that traffic. So if you have a competitive advantage against the highest ranked product organically for your main keyword, you want to definitely be product targeting them because you're going to all the traffic that goes to their listing, they're going to see your product as well. So this is very underutilized. If you're running automatic campaigns, Amazon's automatically doing this for you, but they may not be doing it efficiently for you. It can backfire as well. If you're running product targeting on competitors that you don't have a competitive advantage against, and you generate a lot of clicks with no sales, that can hurt you. So you definitely want to take advantage of this. But yeah, if you're watching us live, Chris has pulled up on his screen the section where it says products related to this item. So it's just basically below the fold, just below the bullet points, where you can see this. So really, really effective. If you want this to be automated, again, this is something that Sellozo can do for you because competitors come onto the marketplace all the time. So the challenge here is constantly staying up with all the competitors that you should be targeting, and also whether or not those are profitable ads that you're running. So we automate that.
Yeah, and what's really cool about these ads, if you notice, when I hover over them, it shows all the images. I'm not clicking anything. It's just constantly rotating the images through the product. So this is a really neat feature. This is something very new. So your second image and your third image are super important because when customers get to this spot, and if they just hover over the title or the image of the product, they're going to be able to see all your images without even having to click on the product. So it could save you some money, really. They're not just clicking around and costing you cost per clicks. They can just hover over this and see if that's something they want to buy. I haven't seen this anywhere else. I've only seen it on these type of ads. but it looks like Amazon's testing this out. So I would imagine this is going to roll out to other areas probably in the future.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna be rolling this out into other areas. It'd be great if this was on sponsored product. I mean, that would be a huge advantage, or just on your organic listings. It'd be nice if people can just see all of that. So yeah, it'd be nice when they roll this out. But you absolutely want to take advantage of the product targeting.
And this is another one. If you guys are watching the screen here, what we're doing on YouTube and Facebook Live, they also have sponsored brand product targeting, so you can target specific products doing sponsored brand ads. These are a little bit more creative. You can add your own little touch to them, put a little, a little writing, creative in there, titles and stuff. But these are just above sponsored product ads. So you could do both. You could do sponsored brand product targeting and sponsored product targeting on the same competitor and kind of steal some sales, hopefully.
Well, this leads right into our tactic number 2. Tactic number 2 is defensive product targeting. So this is the flip of what we were just talking about. What you can do if you don't want people advertising on your listing is take all of your other products that are related to that product, and you actually bid on your own ASINs so that you fill up all those spots. And so what ideally would happen is if somebody goes to your listing for your product and they scroll down to the sponsored products related to this item, that's just all of your products too, all of your other products. That way you're defending that space from competitors. So, and you want to do that with sponsored brand and sponsored product. So this is another really effective strategy. This is even less, I would say, used than just sponsor or product targeting in general, but this can really protect your brand from having your competitors advertise against it.
Yeah, and you can see this guy's doing it right now. He's getting outbid on some of these placements. He's got 3 of his products in this area, but he's being outbid by some of these other competitors here. But yeah, he's bidding on his own ASIN to kind of like protect that real estate on his listing. So if you have multiple product lines of the same SKU, or you just want to maybe launch a new product and it goes in conjunction with the current product, you can target that ASIN that's getting all the traffic and just throw that new ASIN on there as an ad, and maybe some people will buy them both together or something. So definitely worth targeting your own ASINs, because if you're not going to do it, somebody else is.
Absolutely. So check that out, both the product targeting and then doing a defensive product targeting strategy. Again, inside Solozo, we can make that easy for you, and we can automate all the bid adjustments. All right, moving on. Tactic number 3. You want to make sure you're not factoring in the PPC data from today and yesterday when you're making decisions. That can skew your ACOS, and you'll actually maybe make a bad decision based on that. So this is something I think also happens all the time, and it's not really understood that data is inaccurate from the last couple of days. It takes a long time for for example, sales, like they're pending, so they don't count as a sale, even though you see your ad spend is calculated there. So that's already skewing your ACOS negatively as opposed to what it is. So if you're making bid adjustments based on and you're factoring in today and yesterday's data, you could have some inaccurate data.
Yeah, and there's a look back period, like 7 days. I think there's a 14-day look back period. So it's best to look at your campaign data at least 2 weeks back. That'd be like the minimum. I would probably look more on a 30-day window just to get a bigger picture. But yeah, we see this sometimes talking to sellers like, hey, my ACOS is extremely high today. It's like, well, you don't want to look at it for today. You want to wait a while. There could be people that added the product to their cart and just waiting to buy it. And that won't be attributed to that ad until they actually purchase it. So don't look at your campaigns on a daily basis. Definitely want to look at it longer picture, because that'll give you a better view on really what's happening with your campaigns.
I actually don't think the sale's attributed until the product ships.
So even better.
It could be, that's why that 2 days is important. Now there's an easy way to handle this, and that's to use automation for your ads. I mean, the Solozo algorithm that automates and optimizes your bid adjustments considers all this. I mean, it's a weighted algorithm of all historical data, and it's not weighting yesterday and today's data in that decision. So, I mean, that's where if you want to just not even have to deal with this, you can. I highly recommend using something like Solozo, where you can automate that process and have an algorithm that automatically takes all those things into account.
Yep.
All right, number 4 on the tactic list here. This one's pretty cool. This is something that you've done, Chris, and it's a nice sneaky way to launch a new product. Essentially, what you want to do is if you're launching a new product that's similar to a product that you already have that has good traction on Amazon, then you want to create a child variation of that for your new product. What happens is number one, you get all that traffic, you get that organic ranking, and you get all the reviews that from your other product are now associated with your new product. So it's going to massively help conversions and the driving of the traffic. And I'll let you talk about just how you've implemented that, Chris.
Yeah, so Amazon's been checking this out lately. I've had a couple SKUs where it was the same item, just different type of item. That doesn't know if that makes any sense, but it was in the same niche, but it was just a different type of product, I guess. And so I've seen it where they're sending out emails saying, this SKU is going to be separate, and they automatically do it. Like they take it off and they do it automatically and put it as its own listing. But you can still list a new ASIN as a variation on an existing product and just get those first initial reviews, 5-10 reviews for it, and then just split it off by contacting customer support and having them do it. So it's a little it's a little here and there a little bit, but you want to make sure that either you have a plan to split it off yourself, or if you decide to keep it on there, make sure it's a valid reason to keep it as a child. But Amazon will at some point, they will split it off. This was used in the past couple of years. People were doing this a lot where, if they were selling a dog brush, they would come out with like 6 different models of dog brushes, but put them all listed on one variation as a variation, and then Amazon will split them off. So you could do it for sizes. You could do if you sell 2-pack, you could put a 2-pack on, 3-pack on, and then as they get reviews, you could split those off into their own listing, and now you have more real estate you're covering for all the same keywords. So you could potentially own like the whole page for your main search term. So yeah, it's definitely a thing to do because it'll help you get that momentum going and get that flywheel going for your new product.
Oh yeah, it's definitely hard to launch a product from scratch cold. You got to get that momentum going, and that is making it a child variation is just an easy way to drive traffic to it, get those reviews, and yet when you split them, those reviews go with them. Yeah, that's the thing. The reviews are attached to the variation. When you commingle them, they show up all together as the review. But when you split them off, those reviews go their separate ways with those products. So definitely a good way to do it. All right, let's talk about tactic number 5. This is another one that we're really looking into, you and I, and then also we're going to be bringing on some guests to go into more detail on this. But for us who are private label and white label sellers out there, we may not have looked into the opportunity of selling wholesale products to diversify. And also, there's so much time we spend researching new products. Our cash flow could be at work for us. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to wholesale. And so, yeah, you definitely want to add wholesale products to diversify.
Yeah, I feel like this business model has definitely blown up over the last year and a half because a lot of people are getting into it. There's a lot of good follows on Instagram. If you guys have Instagram, check out some good follows on there. But this is something I'm excited to talk about. We found somebody locally that does wholesale. Bring them on the podcast to learn a little bit more about what they do. But I know you're interested in it. I'm interested in it. it makes sense. You're selling products that already sell. And you're just kind of like attaching your hitch to it and riding that out. You're kind of riding the wave a little bit. So this is something I have looked more into, because I do think it would be good to diversify. Have a little bit of private label going and have some wholesale going, and kind of maybe your wholesale product can fund your new private label product or something. So definitely something to check out.
Exactly. And it's a completely different strategy. You're not having to worry about launch because you're buying a product that's already ranked. It's already got traffic coming to it. It's already known by the public. There's just so many different tactics. You are having to worry about winning the buy box, which is different than a private label seller who never has to worry about winning the buy box. So there's some different tactics, but it makes sense. There's always cash sitting on the sidelines if you're in the private label sometimes, or you need cash to fund product, and wholesale is just a great way to do it.
Yeah, and I invite anybody listening, if you're doing wholesale and you're doing well at it, we would love to have you on. So we would love to interview you, learn more about it. You can tell us a story. You could always reach out to us at sellozo.com, SELLOZO.com, and we'll bring you up. We'll hear your story. We'd love to learn more about it.
Absolutely. So those are just 5 really quick, actionable steps that you can take to be a better seller on Amazon. Just again, product targeting your PPC, defensive product targeting to protect your listings. Make sure you're calculating your data effectively. Don't factor in today and yesterday's PPC data, or use automation like Sellozo to help you out. Launching a new product as a child variation, and then selling wholesale products to diversify. So those are your 5 tactics for the day to be a better seller. Thanks everybody for listening in. Again, if you'd like information like this more often, go to Facebook and go to the Sellozo page on Facebook, like it. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Sellozo on YouTube, and also subscribe to our podcast so you can get these. We do these almost every single day except for the weekends, and it's a lot of fun. And that way you'll be on when we bring in our guests to talk about wholesale coming on soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, everybody, have a great day out there and have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll do one more podcast tomorrow, and then it's on to Thanksgiving weekend. So hopefully everyone has a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.